Welcome. Take 3. I just realized on the other live stream I put day 4 and I thought that is going to absolutely confuse everyone and Facebook wouldn't let me change it in title. So anyway, let's try again. Welcome. We are here for day 5, not day 4. We've done that already. I hope you're feeling amazing today as you're hopping on. Say hello, give the video a like. I'm sorry about that. It was a false start, and it took take 3 because the first time I realized I put day 4 on the title and then I did it as a post instead of a live stream. I was like, oh my gosh, come on Claire, let's get it into gear this morning. Anyway, we're here now and that's all that matters, and I hope you're feeling amazing and I hope you're ready to kick ass this Friday, because we have got lots to talk about and lots to dive into, and this is really the essential part of business. So many women who have got heart-driven businesses are great at lots of the other stuff and fall down on the sales. So today we are diving into selling with certainty and soul to activate your next level income. So as you're hopping on, maybe for a bit of fun this morning, why don't we do an emoji to sum up how you're feeling today? An emoji to sum up how you're feeling today. Pop it into the comments. Let me have a look. That's a nice way to start it. It's lovely to see you all here. We've got Faye, Flor, Lila, Laura, Eleanor, Maria. It's lovely to see you. Stacey, Sarah, gorgeous. Gorgeous to see you all. Sarah Louise, lovely to see you too. Okay, so firstly, well done. You have rocked it till day 5 and it has been an epic week. Literally, we've been live for over an hour every single day, which is a huge amount of content and clearly a lot of your time to put aside. However, I hope that you're really taking this information and taking what we've talked about this week and finding ways to implement it in a simple way, in an aligned way, to take you to the next level in your business, because you absolutely freaking deserve to have that business that you dream of. The dream is yours for a reason. It means it is available to you. So what we want to make sure we're doing every step of that way is flicking those switches and removing that debris that is slowing down your journey or making it feel hard or difficult or like it's just not working, so that you can actually turn that dream into your reality, because as I say, it is yours for a reason. You have that dream for a reason. So hopefully last night you might have jumped on over and checked out my little sales page, because officially the doors are open to the 6 Figures with Soul Mastermind. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about that for a moment, and then we are going to dive into the awesome content for today. I hope you've got a pen and paper today, because there's a few things that I want you to actually kind of scribble down and give yourself scores on, and I think it'll be really helpful for you to actually have it and go back to it after the call and think, okay, so how am I going to start changing this now? So definitely get ready for all our awesome content. Have you put in some emojis? Maria's put in an emoji. We've got like a star smile, which is always lovely. Lara, we've got a gorgeous fairy, beautiful. Lila, I love the fact you put it in like commas afterwards, because you're right, I wouldn't have known what the heck that was. Fireworks, whoop whoop. Amazing. Come on, the rest of you, what are your emojis for today? I want to see them. Let's have a look at them, and tell me how you're feeling, and also perhaps tell me what's the thing this week that you've really taken and you're like, yes, I'm going to do something with this. I'm going to absolutely implement this, or have this in a shift, or do this action slightly differently in order to move my results forward. I would love to kind of just see that and see where you are with it. So the 6 Figures with Soul Mastermind is literally my offer that I have birthed into the world, that I am freaking excited about. My mastermind is always my most expansive, most exciting, most incredible way that I work with my soul clients. It is 6 months. The reason it's 6 months is that by the end of that 6 months, we want you hitting those 5 to 10K months in your own business. And lots of my clients do this. They come to me maybe at the £1,000 mark, maybe not even that. And some people that you're going to hear me talking to later today were nowhere near that, and they are in that phase. Some of them have hit it, some of them on their way there, to really building the business that they dream of and making the income and having that sustained system that's really aligned, so that they know how to flick that switch to bring on new clients and to fill their programs and to fill their offers and to get out there and do their soul work in a much bigger way. And that's what it's about. It's really about activating all of you so that you're no longer holding yourself back. And it's about putting those systems in place in a really aligned way that are going to help you absolutely soar to the next level in your business now. Not only that, it's a beautiful container because you're part of this gorgeous group of women. You've got huge access to me. I'm literally there every single step of the way. And it's what makes this program so different to so many others out there. I think firstly, the fact that it is about the soul, and I'm going to go really deep with you. But secondly, you get all of the strategy because I'm also a strategy girl and I love myself a bit of strategy. And I like taking the action. So there's no sitting back. We're taking action. We're feeling on fire. We are rocking and rolling it all. But you also have all that support. Every single thing. I'll look at everything as you create it if you want me to. I'm there for you. It's a beautiful community, and we have 2 kick-ass awesome days together that's a total bonus. And just to say, this program could easily be sold at probably about £10,000. I reckon that's what it's worth, and it's nowhere near that. It's not even £5,000. So definitely, if you know you're ready to move forward and you know you need support, because let's be honest, I know that the way that I hit the next level and the next level and the next level in my own business is when I get out of my own way, I move past the fear of making that next investment, I dive in feet first and go, hell yes, I am in. And by doing that and having the support and kind of being kind of swept on this beautiful stream of abundance, it takes me to my next level. And that's what I see time and time and time again with the gorgeous clients that I have in that mastermind space, because it really is epic and wonderful and amazing. So if you haven't booked in your call yet to have a conversation with me about it, to see if it's aligned, and to talk through payment prices and options and all of that kind of thing, and what you would want to achieve by the end of that 6 months, because that's really important to me. I want to know where would you want to be? What do you want to be doing in your business? What do you want to be receiving in your business by the end of that 6 months? So you just go, oh my God, that was the best decision I ever freaking well made. Because that's where I want all my clients to be by the end of the 6 months, for sure. So Katrina, Ginny, Amanda, lovely to see you all. Sabine, thank you, Sabine. Yes, Claire's mastermind is amazing. Mwah, thank you, Sabine. Sean, good morning. Rachel, good morning. Lovely to see you all. So on that note, should we dive into sales? By the way, practicing what I preach. There we go. And it is freaking amazing. And if there's any part of you that's like, you know what, I really want to do this. Maybe you've got fear going on. Maybe you've got questions going on. That's okay, because that's totally normal, right? You should feel a bit like, am I going to do this? It's like, hell yes, we are going to do this. And you're not doing it alone. So booking a call with me and let's see if it's really aligned for you. What else? Oh, and also, by the way, I forgot to say, because I do just need to tell you this before we dive in, there is an early bird pricing and early bird bonus. If you get on a call with me, if you've booked your call before next Friday, then there is a brilliant bonus that's going to save you a lot of money. And there's the 2-day event, which is thrown in there free, and it's worth the amount of the mastermind in itself because it's freaking amazing and transformative. So, okay, what are we doing today? What are we doing? We are selling with soul and certainty and activating your next level income. Whoop! Hell yes, bring it on. My energy feels a bit funny today. Can you feel it? I'm a bit like, ooh. I think it's like that Friday feeling. Need a crunchy. Can you remember that advert? Right. Okay. So firstly, when I say selling, you say what? What comes up for you when you think about selling in your business? What's the first kind of thing that comes to mind? And be really honest. When I talk about selling, what comes to mind for you? Is it eek? I know I could be selling more. Is it, oh God, selling? Is it, yes, I really want to owning the sale and improving how I sell and selling in a bigger way? Is it, oh, I'm never quite sure because I don't want to upset people? What's the thing that comes up for you when we start the conversation about selling? Oh, Sabine says, I'll have to read this to you all. So Sabine says, I got fully booked in 90 days with Claire's help. Yes, you did. Hell yes. Amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Sabine. Laura, it's a new moon, is it? Oh, okay, that means I'm going to So it always happens at the same time. Maybe that's a double whammy that's happening today. Buzz, you're pinging me off energetically. You can feel it, Sean. I know I'm pinging all over the place today. Okay, so there are three. Hold on, I'm waiting for your, right. Let's get grounded. Let's get aligned. Let's step into our power, baby. Yes. The word that comes up for you when I say selling, you think, what? I'm waiting to see them. Lila or Layla. I'm so sorry if I keep saying your name the wrong way. It's probably really annoying you. I enjoy seeing others happy with their purchase. Boom, I like that. But I'd like to see a lot more happy faces with this. Yes, awesome. I love that. I love the way you say it. You love the fact that when you see they're happy with their purchase, but you want to see lots more of it. Absolutely, yes. Gorgeous. What a beautiful place to be in with sales. That's fabulous. Annie, lovely to see you. You get a buzz, Eleanor. Yes, I know that buzz that you're talking about. Laura, risk of failing. I think you put falling. You might mean falling. You might mean failing. Same thing, really, right? But that risk of failing, and that used to be a big one for me, especially when I started selling programs that were group programs, because I used to be scared to death. It was almost scarier when the first person said yes, because then I was like, now I actually need to find more people because I can't just do this to one person or I'll look like a fool. And I used to have all this kind of stuff that went on, and I had to massively shift that. We're going to talk a bit about that today, because I think those kind of things come up for a lot of people. The whole thing of like, but what if no one buys? What do I do next? It can feel like it's the end of the world for a moment. It can bring up lots of anxiety. If it's a program, you can have all of those thoughts about like, oh my God, like what if I only get one or two, and then what's it look like, and then what do I do? Manda says work. That's interesting. We definitely want to shift that, right? Because we want to love the sale. I truly believe that when we sell, we serve at our greatest capacity. I think that when we're selling, we are in our highest form of service. And when I say that word service, I don't mean like scrubbing the floors and doing the thing. I mean, that's when we're making the biggest impact. That's when we're really able to utilize our gifts and transform people's lives with what we do in a much, much bigger, more powerful way. It's when we sell that we really, really make that impact that we desire. Layla, okay, Layla, boom, got it. Samantha, lovely to see you. Elaine, lovely to see you. Want to sell more, but risk of failing. Yes, I get it. Want to embrace sales as the way clients access their happiness and desires. Beautiful. Hello, Carolyn, lovely to see you. Totally, I'm in your head. Of course I am, because I've been there myself, and I know how it feels very, very much, because I've had all of those same issues myself that I've had to gradually move through to get to that place where it feels really aligned and expansive. And more than that, absolutely exciting, right? I find selling, I've forgotten the word, like exuberating. That's the word. I was like, hang on, I'm about to say this wrong. But it fills you up. It should feel so expansive and so amazing. And that's how we want it to feel, so that you want to do more of it. So you wake up in the morning and you're like, hell yes, what am I selling today? How am I going to make that impact today? So there are three aspects of selling that I want to dive into. We're going to do a little bit around all three, because all three have got to be in alignment with each other. If you're missing one ball, if you're missing one piece, then they're not going to work harmoniously. Instead, it's going to feel really hard. It's going to feel like you're like going through the quicksand and not really getting anywhere. So the three parts are: number one, money mindset, because how we feel about money and how open we are to receiving have everything to do with sales. If we've still got that ickiness inside of us, those beliefs still inside of us, and maybe you've done the work, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment, but if we've still got misalignment with our money mindset, or we're not energetically vibrating at the frequency of the money we want to receive, it's going to be difficult to receive it. So that's the first one. We're going to look at that in a moment. The second one is really owning the offer. Owning it fully, and I'm going to talk about what I mean by that in a moment. And the third one is aligned sales strategy, because even though we are operating in this beautiful, energetic, soul-led world, and it's about you being all of you, and it's about you following soul, and it's about you feeling expansive, and it's about you utilizing your gifts, Strategy is not a dirty word. Strategy is something that we automatically have. Strategies are part of our coding, right? So we all have millions of strategies that we automatically run every day to make life easier. How we brush our teeth, how we go to the toilet, how we go to bed, how we get into the car, how we lock the front door, how we do all the things that we do all the time. We have strategies that are inbuilt into our system, and it makes life easy. That's the point of a strategy, to make life easy. So when we're brushing our teeth, we're not really thinking about it. We're not having to think, oh, I need to do it this way and do that and do that and do that and brush it there and brush it there and brush it there. We just do it. So our minds are free to do other things. And so that it doesn't feel draining, it doesn't feel tiring, it's easy. And that's why we want strategies in our business. And that's why we want strategies around selling, because we want it to feel easy. It's not this thing that you need to really overthink. It's not this thing that feels difficult. It's just something you can do to make the gorgeous impact that you want to make, and receive the income that you desire and absolutely deserve, right? So strategies are freaking magical, and they are part of our humanness, and we get to embrace them. But it's about creating strategies that are aligned. So we all know, like, perfect example is the whole, like, cross your arms. We all have a way that we cross our arms. When you try and cross them the other way, are you doing it with me? It's not massively uncomfortable, right? But you have to just think about it. There's like that little moment of thinking about it. So it's not about following a strategy that suits someone else but not you. It's about creating and following your aligned strategy. And here's the great thing about strategies. Once we have a strategy and a system, and we can go, okay, so like, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3, this is step 4, this is step 5, however many steps there are. If that strategy isn't working as effectively as we want it to, we can actually look and go, well, hang on a minute. At what point is this strategy not working the way it should? So we can go in, we can tweak it, we can change it to change the end result. Instead of feeling lost, like, who's ever felt lost before? Maybe you've done the sales and you've got to the end and you're like, oh my God, like, I didn't get the results I want, but I just don't understand why. I don't know why. Like, people haven't signed up. I don't really know why I haven't made the sales. I don't know what to change next time. So it can feel really scary, because it's like, well, I don't know where I've gone wrong, so I don't know what to change. So I feel like, holy heck, it's never going to work. Who's ever felt like that before, right? I know that I did before I had strategies. And actually, it was a massive wake up moment for me, because I'd had strategies that I was running that I just hadn't realized were strategies. And when I realized there were strategies, I was like, wow, so how do I supercharge these strategies that I'm already running in order to grow my business big time, in order to bring in more clients, in order to make more money? Okay, so we're loving strategies here, and it's all about finding aligned strategies for you. But, and here's the other but, because this is something I'm really, really passionate about as well, it's not about using alignment as an excuse. Because one of the things we get to do as human beings is constantly grow and expand. And when we're doing that, sometimes things can feel out of alignment because they feel scary and they feel icky. Like the tech, for example. I used to have a massive phobia about the tech. Don't make me do that. I used to freak out, and I used to tell myself, this is just not aligned. That was BS. It's just a tool. I can choose to align to it, because I am the human and I am flexible and I can grow, and I can realize that actually this thing here, how do I get into alignment with it so it actually feels good, rather than having that internal battle and fight. So, whew, are you ready? Are you ready to dive into all of this? You must tune into that. Boom. Exhilarating. Yes, you're right. Selling on an emotional level is like dating, nurturing a new relationship, or deepening an existing one. Absolutely, Yolanda. What was number 2 again? Number 2 is owning the offer, but I'm going to tell you about them in more detail in a moment. Kelly, lovely to see you. Okay, you could, of course you can, yeah, but did you have to think about it when you just swapped over? That's the question. Yes, that was me on Monday this week. Yes, I did. That's not in answer to your, it was, okay, there's obviously a conversation going on. I won't worry about that. Okay, so part 1, money mindset. here's one of the things I want to say about money mindset. In the personal development world, everyone goes, well, I've done my money mindset. I did that program and I read that book and I did this thing and I did that. My money mindset is fine. But if you actually observed the behavior and the inner self-talk and what's going on inside the head of that person, you would realize that it might not quite be as awesome as you think it is. And I think that this is one of the places that, because we're in this world of self-development and because we're aware and we have that awareness, we can sometimes kid ourselves a little bit and sometimes be like, well, no, I've done the money mindset work, my money mindset is aligned. But you go to like pay for that thing, or you invest in yourself in a much bigger way, or maybe you don't because fear gets in and it's like, well, hang on a minute, there's obviously work still to do here. And I guess what I want to say is mindset around money is an ongoing journey, and as we up level and as we reach new heights, there are always new little knots that appear that we can untangle, that's going to allow us to leap. And so I think it's really important with money mindset to be open to constantly seeing, well, hang on, what else is there hidden away a little bit that I'm not aware of? Because most of you are probably aware of those old beliefs that you picked up from childhood, like money is evil, money causes conflict, money can be stressful, money, like you're probably well aware of some of those top level limiting beliefs around money or receiving money. But and maybe you've done some work around them, maybe you've done the affirmations and you've done journaling, maybe you've done like tapping and other kinds of techniques, but you know that there's still some resistance deeper down. And so it's really important that we recognize it's this ongoing journey, an ongoing relationship. So what did I want to cover? So where are you still? This is a question for you today. Where are you still going into lack mentality around this? Knowing that it is a journey, know that there's always more that we can unravel. Where are you currently still in lack mentality? And you're probably not always in lack mentality, but where are those things that trigger you, that it's like, now I'm in lack? Like you feel it, you feel yourself kind of contract in that moment. What are the things that trigger you? So for example, when you go shopping and you see something that you really want and you see the price tag and you go, oh no, I won't get it. Or when you go, say I can't afford it. Oh, I want to do that so much, but I just can't afford it. That was one of my things I really had to like retrain myself around, because I found that, you know, if I was talking to friends and someone was talking about going somewhere, and I would, and this wasn't always true as well, by the way, and it was a bit of an aha moment when I realized this, my default thing was, oh, I just don't think I can afford it right now. A lot of the time what I meant was, it's not my priority right now. But instead I was reaffirming, can't afford it, I'm in lack. And so it's really important not to tell ourselves these stories that strengthen any of those limiting beliefs. What were the other ones? Like looking at the bank account in fear, or even worse, avoiding, like not looking at the bank account, not opening the bills, not paying that thing that you know you need to pay, just trying to kind of not look at all. What are the ways? And I'd really like you to share them with me, because as you share them, it's going to bring up ideas for other people. It's going to help us identify them, and it's starting to identify those areas where we still go into lack at times, and allowing ourselves to release it a little bit more. So for example, lack around sales. Oh my God, what if no one buys? Or, oh God, I really want to charge that price, but I'm going to put this one because I think people are more likely to say yes to this. Or I really want to put that out there, but I don't know if people can afford it. Or I really want support in my business. I want to invest in a coach, or I want to be in a mastermind, or I want to go on that thing and I want to do that thing, but I can't do it yet. Because here's the thing, and this is one of the things that comes up when you're thinking about investing in a program, right? Let's say a program is like, let's say it's £4,000, and you look at your business and you're like, oh my God, I just can't afford it. Well, if you truly believe that you could be making consistent 5 to 10K months by doing that program, surely you would say yes. It's like if I said, hey, here's my house, say my house is worth 500,000, right? And I go, Right now, you can have my house. I will sell it to you today for £50,000. And if you knew that simply by buying it like that, you were making £450,000, you might not have that money, but you might well go and find a way to have that money, because you'd be like, oh my God, that is such an that's incredible. Look at all the money I can make by doing this thing. Let me find the money quick. You'd go to the bank, you'd do you'd go and do it, because you'd be like, wow. So when it comes to our own mindset sometimes, and it's one of these areas of lack, in investing in ourselves, I know that there is no way I would be here today if I hadn't invested big time in myself in all areas, in the soul work, doing the like shamanic journey and all these other kind of things that I've done, in the soul work, in the mindset work, in the strategy work, in the masterminds, in the retreats, and all kinds of things. There's no way I would be where I am. So I know that every time I invest in myself, it's my next like leap of growth. And so it feels really expansive, and it feels really good, and it's always a non-brainer, because I know and trust that I am going to move forwards. I'm going to grow my income. I'm going to grow my business. I'm going to grow my impact by saying yes to having that support and doing that thing that's going to stretch me. And so I think it's really important that we look at where are we not saying yes in our lives to things that we want, because we're not fully believing that we can do it. Because that's what it comes down to. If you were like, I totally believe that by doing this thing, I'm going to hit that goal, then you'd be like, well, it's a no-brainer. Of course I'm going to do it. If I want to, if it's something that I want to do and it feels aligned and I believe I'm going to get the results and it's going to let me make all of that money or do all of that thing in the future, then, well, why would I not, right? So where is there still that little bit of lack going on potentially? So true. I wonder what thoughts, beliefs you're still unconscious of. Yes. Lack all the time with money since we lost our business in house 5 years ago. Right, I know this feeling. So it was about 5-6 years ago as well. Because I haven't really shared my story here, but so we had been living in New Zealand at the time, had 2 boys. My little girl was just a tiny baby. And my husband was offered a job over in the UK that he really wanted to do. So we packed up our life. I packed up my business. We decided to move back, and we moved back, and it was a hard move. It was not easy. Like, the boys found it hard going back into English schools because they were so different to like the relaxed kind of atmosphere of the New Zealand schools, and there was lots of turmoil. And literally 1 year on, boom, on the day, my husband came home from work, and at the time I wasn't working because I was home being mum, and we'd spent all our savings on actually moving, right? And he came home and he was like, I have no job. It's gone. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, it's gone. I've got nothing to go to tomorrow. And I was like, it was literally out of nowhere. And it was the scariest time of our lives, because we had nothing, and I wasn't working, and he did. And what he did, there are not many jobs in it. And it was just unbelievable. And it triggered us into massive lack. We were at that place where we couldn't pay anything, and there was a huge amount of scarcity. Looking back, it's one of the best things that ever happened to me, because it actually was the thing that triggered me to really change how I was living, what I was thinking, what I was believing, my own mindset. It really was the thing that triggered me and pushed me into walking my talk and doing the stuff and going deeper and releasing it all. Massive. It was actually the best thing that ever happened. But honestly, the 18 months that followed that was turmoil, and it was really difficult, and it was really hard, and it took a lot of work to start building that trust again. So I understand how it feels, because we were on the edge of losing the house ourselves. So it was a scary place, I know. And actually, it was also one of our biggest gifts, because he's doing totally different work now, and he's found his stuff again. He's loving it, and it was a thing that I needed to really give me the push to finally get out of my own way and build my soul business in a way that I wanted to do it, moving past the light, moving past the scarcity, and just like boom, it happened. So yes, anyway, that's the aside, but I just thought I'd share that briefly with you. Lack mentality. Recently, income-wise, I've been thinking about doing something wrong or missing a trick. That's why I'm not earning what I deserve. Yes, and it can be really, really easy to get into that, like, what am I doing wrong? What am I missing? And when we get into that spiral, it pulls our energy down. We don't show up in the same way. We're not as expansive. The ideas don't flow through as easily, and it can all kind of close up, right? It's that time that we need someone to open it all up again. Not affording or lack of income. Yeah, okay. I avoid the bank all the time. That sick feeling in your stomach. Yes, okay. And I had all of these, by the way. All of this was me 5 years ago, without a shadow of a doubt. I noticed that I fell off the money tracking habits, and I'm in the space I can't afford something I want. Yep, although the truth is that you can afford it. My mind just makes me feel, yeah, okay, boom. My tension is that my dreams and desires are bigger than my wallet. I tend to want to invest in myself and my business, but my hubby says I already know it all. Yes, but it's not about knowing, right? That's the thing. Like, the knowledge is easy. It's easy to have all the knowledge. It's about someone supporting you in being the fullest expression of you, so that you actually are out there and you create it and you receive it. And that's the difference. Like, that's why it's not about the knowledge anymore. We can all know all the things, but that doesn't mean we're doing them and living them and on the right energetic frequency and receiving for them. And that's the bit that's just so key. Worried about falling into debt. Here's one of the things that I've always done, and a long time ago I used to beat myself up for it, because I'm the person who, when I want something, I do it. I make that investment before I know how. And my husband is the opposite. He's always like, well, earn the money, have the money, and then make the investment. And I'm like, no, because I just don't operate like that. So the way that I operate is by saying hell yes, by diving in. I will then always find a way, and I have every single time. This is why, though, because I have the belief that I will. Because I have specifically created that belief in myself that when I jump, I will always find a way to make it work and to receive 10 times over for taking that leap. And these are some of those inner shifts to start living into, that are really it's that difference between actually kind of the top surface ones about money that we all know, and going a bit deeper to actually, if you believe that every single time you said yes and you made that leap and you took that risk, and this has been one of my biggest shifts in my business, one of the biggest lessons I've learned, the bigger the risk you're willing to take, the faster your business is going to grow. Because I was not the person who took risks. I grew up being taught that you don't take risks, you play it safe, you plan, you like figure it all out, like be careful was like the undertone, you know. And what I've realized is that it's when I take risks, my business soars, my self-growth soars, my happiness soars. It is all combined. Adversity is enlightenment. Absolutely. I love that, Lucy. In a nutshell, lack of self-trust. Boom, Manda. And that's what it is at the core of it, right? It's that lack of self-trust. Because if you believed, this is to all of you, not just Manda, if you believed that you could make it happen and you trusted in yourself, you would do it. So essentially, what's happening is that lack of trust in yourself, and that lack of trust in yourself impacts everything, because it means you don't go full out. It means you question what you're doing. It means you hold yourself in this space playing small, even though you do everything that you can to try and play bigger. Do you know what I mean? Like, it creates this battle, because your higher self knows how freaking amazing you are, knows everything that you're capable of. Your higher self is stood there going, oh my God, woman, get it together. Just come on, just trust. And then the other side of yourself, your ego or whatever you want to call it, is like, oh, but what if I'm not good enough? Or what if I fail? Or what if I just can't? I just don't have that level of trust in myself that I need. And so at its core, self-trust, everything. And the more that we can build our self-trust, the more that everything shifts, the more easy showing up in your business is, the easier selling is, the easier receiving is, the easier all of it becomes. Trust is queen. So thank you for sharing that, Manda, because boom, you've hit, like, that's the nail on the head. Tammy, yes, you always wanted to move to Portugal, but I always tell myself you can't, you don't earn, you don't have any savings, etc., etc. Yeah, and it's about just taking the leap, right? And it can feel scary, and maybe you want to have a backup plan or whatever. You all know like how big a leap it is for yourself. Ailey, lovely to see you, Ailey. Just scrolling by and caught Claire reading comments about money worries and saying she's been there. As Claire's friend of 14 years, I just wanted to say she's not making it up. She's not pretending to empathise. She really was there. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ailey. And we so need to catch up. I've not seen you for ages. I'm so proud of how she earns everything. Oh, turns everything around for herself. You know what? Thank you. You're going to make me cry on live stream. Let's not cry, but thank you. That means the world to me, and I really miss you. We need to catch up. Lucy, yes, I have learned to trust the decisions I make, which are when I follow my heart. Boom, you, Lucy. Yes, you have. Lucy is one of my gorgeous clients. She's absolutely a soul client. She's freaking amazing. She's a powerhouse of a woman, but also absolutely owning the goddess energy. She's beautiful. Calculated risks. Sometimes calculated. Yeah. That was totally Maria. Creating self-trust insights. You took the leap to move to Spain twice, age 24 and 27. Yes, and look how it worked out perfectly. So this is key. It's noticing not just the surface level beliefs that we've got around like money, but going deeper and essentially to that depth where it's all around us trusting ourselves and us really feeling like we deserve to receive. Because if we don't feel like we deserve to receive the work that we do, and I see this so many times, like there's a thing in the like spiritual healing, in that kind of world, there's this thing around, well, you were given these gifts by God or the universe or whatever, so how can you charge all that money for them? And it's like, what? Money is just energy. Like God would not have an issue with that energetic exchange. Like money is energy, and there needs to be an exchange of it, because you get to actually enjoy your life. You don't have to live as the person at the bottom with their cup empty and help everyone else. You weren't ever supposed to be like just a servant in that way. You get to live your most expansive life as well, and that's how you make the biggest impact, right? So we want to just check on this. The other way that I want to talk about this a little bit is thinking of money as a relationship that you're in. Because I think when we actually think of it as a relationship, that we start to see it in a slightly different way. So if you are in a relationship with money, how healthy, how loving, how fun, how expansive is that relationship? That's the question. Or at the moment, is it a toxic relationship? And I have definitely had times in my life where I've had a toxic relationship with money, where money has been the thing that either there was all that scarcity and all that fear and all that like, oh my God, I just need money now, like this really needy energy. And if as a girlfriend you had that needy energy, you would be scaring men away. So is it like that needy fear kind of energy of not enoughness and oh my godness and cling, or is there like that kind of toxic energy around? Certainly one of my things was like that if I just spend money I'll feel better, and so I know that I went through some of that. So again, really toxic. Or have you worked on your relationship? Are you nurturing your relationship? Because here's the thing, you are in a relationship with money, and just like any relationship that's important to you, the more nurturing that you do in that relationship, the more love that you give to that relationship, the more you will receive back from that relationship. So if you think about your relationship with money, what is that relationship currently like? Elaine says, I have a toxic relationship with money. I love money and I love to spend it, but also love to save too. Balance. Awesome, Eleanor. Yeah. What else? Tell me, how does your relationship look with money right now? And can you just imagine for a moment, if you were in love with money, like you were that relationship, it was a beautiful, beautiful, expansive, trusting, nurturing relationship, what would you be doing differently? How would you be looking at your bank account and celebrating the money that came in there without feeling the scarcity? How would you really kind of receive that money or put those sales out there and tell people about prices in a way that felt really expansive and beautiful, and knowing that it came from that place of love? What would you actually be doing differently in your life, in your business, with money, if you were looking after that relationship? So for example, tracking your money, actually writing down and being in gratitude as you did it for the money that you were receiving. So that's one of the things that I don't do it all the time in my business, but when I do, it makes a huge difference and it's a beautiful thing to do. Another thing, paying bills with thanks. I got to that point where I was great at receiving money. I'm receiving money. Thank you, universe, more please. I'm writing it down. I'm feeling great. I'm tapping into energy. It's feeling expansive. But then if I looked at the bills I was paying, or maybe the coach I was paying for, and I was looking at the amount of money that was, and it's sometimes been huge amounts of money, right? Then I would be like, eek, like I know I want to do that thing, but eek. And I was like, hang on a minute, well, that's not a very balanced relationship here. I need to learn to pay these bills with massive thanks and gratitude. Pay the mortgage and be like, wow, thank you, mortgage. I'm so grateful that I get this fantastic roof over my head that protects me and my family and keeps us warm and I'm so grateful and thankful that I get to invest in this coach and have that support and have that nurturing and have that, you know, that new knowledge and that kind of calling out for myself and all of those things that come with it. So really, what's your relationship with the money and what can you do differently? If you're really nurturing that relationship, how can it look different? What are just some practical things that you can do to turn that relationship around a little bit? Toxic after losing everything, but trying to think positively and trust my family and are abundant in it to create this. Yes, and so those kind of key things, tracking money coming in, being thankful as you pay the bills, obviously selling and all of that in a new way, and building that trust in yourself are going to really help make a difference around that. Used to be toxic and needy, now it's better, yet I go into ignoring, not loving and giving respect and gratitude. Maybe a hint of neediness, there's room for expansion. Okay, cool. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there for the moment. Have some awareness around it and just figure out for yourself what's one thing, and you can type it in the comments if you want. What's just one, and it could be a tiny little shift. It could be that shift of I'm going to start paying my bills with thanks, for example, or I'm going to actually start looking at my bank account every day, or I'm going to make those investments trusting and knowing that I can trust in myself and I will get the results that I want at the end of it. Just to start shifting that energy a little bit, to start growing this beautiful relationship and really bringing you into alignment with that next level version of yourself so you can receive with ease. And that's one last thing I want to say about receiving before we go on to point 2. My gosh, I've just seen the time. So before we go on to point 2, last thing about receiving is, are you open to receiving, or are you the woman who gives and gives and gives and gives and gives and is really rubbish at actually receiving anything for herself? Because how we do anything in life is often how we do everything. So if you're the giver but you don't receive very easily, then the chances are that might be happening with money as well. So just have a look and check in with yourself. Where are you blocking that receiving? Because maybe you've got some story going on that you are the giver, you are the person that helps. How can you practice receiving in all ways so that you can also receive the money, the clients, the abundance? Okay, so I just wanted to throw that out there because it's a really, really important point. So task 1 for today is, how can you be more abundant and loving with money? So task 1 for today, to be in for the prizes at the end of the week, is I want you to identify and share, not in these comments now, like in a separate post, what is one thing you can do to nurture your relationship with money about something that we've just talked about. Okay, so that's like task 1. There might be another one, I think. Right, part 2. Are you ready? Are we all still here? Are we rocking it? Bum, 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 bum. I really shouldn't sing. That's what I can't understand. I love money. I'm okay with spending it for myself. I check my bank account regularly. Not sure what I'm doing wrong. There will be, okay, like without knowing you and your business inside out, but there will be deeper things that we can probably flick and switch really quickly to bring it all into alignment. Because here's the thing, you know, when you might all know about shadow work, the whole thing about shadow work, the whole thing about our shadow is that we can't see into it. Because if we could see into it, we could pop in and change it, right? And so that's why having a coach and having support and having people who actually can help us see into our shadows, so we can have that awareness, because that awareness is obviously the beginning of change, right? And we often can't see it for ourselves. If we could see it for ourselves, we would just change it, right? Because we're not fools. We'd be like, yes, change it, let's do it, let's shift it. But we can't see what we can't see. It's that whole adult learning cycle, which you might have seen, like, you don't know what you don't know, or you can't see what you can't see. And it's kind of, it's in that working together that new insights are held, that really create those massive shifts. And they're the big shifts, right? They're the big shifts where you can't see something within yourself and someone else is working with you and they see it. And it's one of the things I'm really good at, because I see the golden thread and I can pull it and I can see it and we can transform it. And it's one of the things I do really well with my clients. And it is a game changer, an absolute game changer. Sabine, I still need to do your tax returns. Get on it. You love it. Yes, feeling excited about tax returns, right? That's a perfect example. Make more investments in myself and your business. Yes, Elaine, because honestly, I believe the more money I spend, I bring it back tenfold in my business. And by having that belief, it happens. So I'm always really excited to make that next investment, because I know I'm going to receive big time. I know I'm going to grow big time. I know I'm going to make a bigger impact big time. I totally give and don't receive well. So Faye, boom, there you go. Manda had done a lot of brain training and started having lots of opportunities come up. It seems since stepping into a new environment, I feel a bit of poppy, a bit tall poppy syndrome. I've had less opportunities come through. Feel the block is there again. Yeah, and it won't be the same, because the way that we grow is we go through this kind of it's like a pendulum, except we drop down to a new depth every time. So it can feel like the same things comes up, but it's not. You're experiencing it at a deeper level. So it's like the next level down that you're now unknotting that's going to create the next breakthrough. Always used to give. Working with you, I receive with ease. I'm going to monitor my finances to clear debt. Mwah. Awesome. Sounds fantastic, Lucy. Okay, so owning the offer. Owning the offer, part 2. I want you to answer these questions for me now. Firstly, when you think about your offer, the thing you're selling, your program, your offer, your product, whatever it might be, right? Here are the things I want you to get really, really freaking super clear about, and I want you to answer them. So think about your offer now that you're putting out there. Answer this for me in as few words as possible. 1, why you? Why you? Why are you the person people should buy from? Why you? There are a trillion people out there doing all kinds of different things. There's probably people who you look at and you think, oh my God, they're doing the same thing as me. Obviously, we know that they're not really. So let's get clear on this. Let's really take ownership of this. Why you? What does make you different? I can tell you what makes me different. I'm high vibe energy. You're not going to get bored in my trainings. I go deep, but I also have fun. So I think I bring a very unique combination into my business. It's the deep soul and it's the strategy. I have done this work for over 10 years and I have absolutely learned to walk my talk with it. I could go on for ages, but I want to know what for you, like why you? Why specifically you? Why would people invest in you? Boom, that's 1. Put it in. Number 2, why this? Why is this the offer? Well, 6 Figure with Soul Mastermind, this is the offer that gets the results. This is the total transformation. This is the offer where you get all the trainings. I hold your hand in implementing it. And the most important thing, we make those soul shifts that really activate and allow those results to come in, because underneath it all, the knowing is important. The strategies are key to making it easy, to bringing in those results. But the thing that really makes a difference is going to that deeper level as this is all happening, to unlock those blocks and really activate all of you, so that shift, those huge shift happens that gets the results now, so that it doesn't have to be a year from now, 2 years from now, but you start seeing results quickly. So why you? Why this? Why now? Why should this person buy now? Well, I can tell you why. Why would you not? If you could start making 5K a month, 10K a month, depending on where you're currently at in your business, why on earth would you put it off for 6 months, 12 months, 2 years? Like, why? Why would you wait when you know that we are never promised tomorrow, right? So my thing is just, why would you wait? And I also know that I put in awesome offers each time that I have something. My price always goes up, so you want to buy now and not in 6 months time when it's going to cost you more money and you've missed out on making all that money you could have. So what is it for you? Like, what is it for you? I want to see it. Type them in because I want to see these things. And why, this is a fourth question, why is this a hell yes offer for your soul clients? Why is this thing that you are selling a hell yes offer for your soul clients? It's a hell yes offer for my soul clients because they get all the support. They get a coach who is really real, who shares everything openly and honestly, who lets you see the back end of what a six-figure business really looks like, who is there to support you and who helps you get the results you want without actually charging you crazy enormous amounts. I think that my pricing is super aligned. So they're my four things. They're the four things. What are yours? Why you? Why this? Why now? And why is this a hell yes offer for your soul clients? Pop them all in. Obviously I realize it might take a moment, but I would love to see these, and I think it's really good actually writing them down and sharing them and owning them, because there's importance in that, right? Okay, Maria, I've done big dental work and then surgeon gave a huge discount. Yeah, you see, magic happens. And the orthopedic said, it's okay, my friend. Then another specialist did an hour work for free. I felt like I owe him something. Then I realized I need to learn to receive a yes. Because I'm passionate and dedicated to ensuring my clients get the best of the best. Yes, beautiful, Eleanor. Because I'm abundant in honesty, full of energy, and my love for helping others is my biggest investment. Boom, yes, beautiful. I embody the openness and communication skills that I teach. Yes, gorgeous, Yolanda. Faye, because people should buy from me because I give a shit. I will go above and beyond to help my clients. I care so much, above digging their shit up and letting the beauty and confidence break out. Gorgeous. Why this? Because, hold on, I keep pressing the little thing and losing it. Why this? Because it's everything they need. Why now? No better time. Yes. She should buy now because her confidence will keep on getting knocked without it. Yes. Question 3 again was why now? So it was why you, why this, why now, why is this a hell yes offer for your soul clients? Because it will change their life. Gorgeous. These are beautiful. Actually, come on, people, type them in. Type them in. We want to see them. We want to know what this is all about. So this is the start, right? Really owning our offer, knowing why me, why this, why now, and why is it hell yes? Because we need to be in alignment with this offer. We need to be loving it. When we create this offer, the way that I kind of think of it is, I allow the magic to come through. I tap into what feels really expansive and amazing, and I birth this offer into the world. But then I disconnect myself just a little bit, not hugely, and I almost think of it almost like this offer is my beautiful baby, right? So it doesn't feel like, well, it doesn't feel like I'm going, I'm amazing, you've got to buy me, you've got to buy this. I'm going, I've created, like, there's this creation that is absolutely amazing, that is everything that you could possibly need, that is going to transform your life, it's going to transform your business, it's going to make you feel different in how you wake up every single day. This thing is amazing. A little bit like a mum can hold her baby and feel so proud of this baby because she knows it's literally magic dust, you know? And so that's how we need to feel about it. We kind of birthed this thing, and then we're going, look how amazing this thing is, and you're doing it in total alignment, with total integrity, with total belief, with total certainty, so that there's no space for that ickiness to creep in around, well, oh, I don't know, but what if I can't? Like, what if I can't deliver what I promise? Or what if I'm not good enough? Or what if I don't help them get the results? Or what if? We don't want to have any space for that. We want you really tuned in and focused on why this thing is amazing. Because, you know, even when you have a baby, you don't normally look at the baby and go, oh yeah, but like this is a bit wrong with it, and that's a bit wrong with it, and I'm not sure about this, and I'm not, ooh, I don't know. Like, no, it's like the most incredible thing ever. And this is how you should, like, when you feel like this about your offer, the thing that you're selling, it becomes much easier to sell it. So think of it from that perspective. Let me have a sip of coffee. And let me have a quick look. My voice is going a little bit funny again. I've talked so much this week. By the way, before I jump into this next bit, I've got 2 of my awesome clients who are coming on here for interviews later on today. So even if you can't watch them today, catch up on them later, because I think they're going to be really interesting. I'm assuming they are. Maybe they'll be terrible, but I don't think so. So yeah, come and have a look at them, because I'm a badass coach that will help them do the work to help them out. Love it. This is a hell yes, because it's an amazing opportunity to allow the beautiful, fulfilling life that you were created for. Boom. These beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Right, so where am I getting to? 3 parts to this. Getting out of your own way, which is what we're talking about, getting out of your own way, getting past the doubt, getting past the uncertainty, and aligning yourself to the frequency of receiving. Right, let me tell you what I mean by that. Hang on. Oops. Right. Think of like radio waves, all those kind of waves that are in the air that we can't see. They are invisible to us. They are energetic frequencies. We are all on an energetic frequency, right? Well, here's the thing. If your offer, if you want to receive what is on this frequency, so let's say this is literally the best freaking radio station out there that everyone wants to listen to because it's awesome, and this is like the classical one that it's not bad but it's a bit boring. Well, if you're tuned into this frequency, you cannot experience this. In the same way that if you are tuned into this frequency around selling your offer, owning your value, being open to receiving the money, then you are not going to receive this frequency here. So what we need to do is we have to align ourselves to the frequency that what we want to receive at. If we want to receive at frequency band A, frequency band freaking kick-ass, badass, awesome, then we cannot be tuned in to frequency band ordinary. We need to change our frequency, and the way we change our frequency is getting in alignment with our offer, shifting out the debris that comes up, going back again and again and again, and living every single day as much as we can in each moment as our most expansive self, as the fullest version of ourselves that we can, and noticing, where am I diminishing myself? Because every single time you diminish yourself, you might think it's got nothing to do with you selling in your business. It has everything to do with you selling in your business, because you are a whole entity. And everything we do impacts everything else. So if any way you're diminishing yourself, you're pulling yourself back to a different energetic frequency. And if you're on that energetic frequency, you will only be receiving to the extent, to the level of that energetic frequency. You cannot listen to the rock and roll Bon Jovi happening here that we know you're going to want to hear, because it's freaking amazing. If you're on the classical music here, you just can't. You can't be on both frequencies at the same time. You need to have that internal shift, and this is where energy is everything and why it's such a huge part of this. And if you're not saying yes to your soul requirements and you're not saying yes to your soul desires, then you are literally stopping yourself from shifting to that frequency. Every time you say, but I can't do that, you're lid on, lid on, lid on. That's why, and actually I wasn't going to talk about soul desires, but that's why listening to our soul desires is key, and finding a way to say yes to them is key, because it shifts us, it leaps us energetically. One of the things that I always do, if I feel like there's a block on the income or the clients coming into my business, one of the things I go and do is I think, like, what's the thing that I really want that I'm not saying yes to right now? And maybe it's like booking a holiday, maybe it's going for a spa day, maybe it's buying a crazy expensive handbag, like whatever it might be. If I feel into myself and that desire is there, and I'm like, actually, you know, I really want that, but I've been kind of just saying, oh well, hang on, you don't need it, or wait for long. If it's a soul desire, and yes, our soul desires can still be material because we're human, and it's okay to be human and want material things, but if we've got that soul desire, the moment we say yes, boom, frequency shift. And it can be really, really impactful. And that's why one of the reasons every time I invest in my own business, boom, shift into that next level. And I see it exactly the same. And one of the women that I'm talking to this afternoon, you can see it's so obvious she's done it in herself. Like, you can see by saying yes to working with me, even though it was a big stretch, and even though she was like, I don't, you know, like, it's scary taking this leap, but I'm going to do it because it's a soul desire and it feels right. Boom, straight away. You can see the shift has happened straight away. So she's literally made the shift and making money in a business she has never had before. It's a brand new business within just a few weeks. And so that energetic alignment is so powerful. It's incredibly powerful. And that's the magic. That's the quantum leaping. That's where growing our business doesn't have to be about numbers. You know how like your online marketers will be, well, you need X number of people in the funnel here to get you to this number of people, to get you to this, to get this many sales at the end. Well, that's where all of this can be thrown out the window, because when you energetically align yourself to the right vibration, to the right frequency, boom, you're on it, you're receiving it. That's just how it works. And the perfect example is the radio station, is the TV station. Like, that's how it works. Boom, frequency in, tap into it, and you'll receive it. So I wasn't going to talk about that, but our soul desires are a key way to shifting our frequency quickly. I'll just say that again. Our soul desires, listening to our soul desires, finding a way to say yes to our soul desires are a key way to shifting our businesses quickly, our results quickly. So the first one was, as I was saying, got a bit sidetracked there, getting out of your own way. Number 2, actually selling. I cannot tell you how many times someone will say to me, Claire, I'm not making the money that I need to, or I don't feel like I'm making any money. And I'll be like, okay, how often are you selling? And they'll go, by selling, what do you mean? And I'd be like, well, selling, like being there and going, hey, I've got this offer, it's freaking amazing, come and join me. And they're like, well, no, I haven't really done that. And I'm like, well, how can anyone buy if you're not selling? It might sound silly when I say it like that, but it comes up for people time and time again. So 2, how fully are you actually selling? And number 3, how ready are you to deal with those objections that come up from potential clients? Because obviously our potential clients might well have objections. They are likely to go, oh my God, that feels like a big investment. I don't know if I can do it. And what if it doesn't work for me? And what if I don't get the results? And it all actually normally stems from lack of trust in themselves. But one of the biggest ways we can help people is by helping them see that that objection isn't truth. It is just that lack of trust, and it is just a fear mind talking. So actually helping our clients move through that is key. So for example, with my own programs, I'm like, you know what, I'm here. It's about learning to trust yourself. And in learning to trust yourself and taking this leap, that in itself, without any of the training, without any of the support, without any of the stuff that comes within these 6 months, that in itself is going to shift you big time. And so it's being unafraid to actually talk about those objections that come up with potential clients, rather than just being like, oh, okay, actually dive in, help them, coach them through it, because that can be some of the biggest shifts and aha moments for that potential client. It's a beautiful gift that you can give them. So they're the 3. Right, what I want you to do, Blue Peter moment. I'm aware that we've been on here ages. Are you all okay still? Give me a little love heart, a little thumbs up. Are we going okay? Are we still going strong? Because I do want to, I'm actually, we'll get moving. We'll wrap it up quickly, but I do want to do a couple more things with you today. Got 1 or 2 love hearts. Has everyone else gone to sleep? Oh, there they are. There they are. That's better. Thank you. There's a few angry faces in there. Are you angry because I'm taking too long? Or have you just pressed the wrong button by mistake? Are you angry because you're like, God damn it, I'm so angry that she's giving us all this free help and support and knowledge? Okay, ready. So, Blue Peter, draw yourself a circle. Draw yourself a circle and segment it 8 times. 8 segments in your circle. I'm going to talk you through really quickly. Eleanor, oh my God, tingles, energetic frequency. Yes, so freaking powerful, Eleanor. So powerful. Anna, lovely to see you, gorgeous. So, draw your circle. Here's what you're writing around it. We're going fast. So come on, we go into like supersonic mode. I used to do this, by the way. I'd be like, okay, kids, supersonic mode. We've got 3 minutes to get out of the house. And I would, of course, because you probably realise they sing quite a lot, I would like be singing some random song, like Sonic the Hedgehog song or whatever, whatever came up. Anyway, supersonic mode. First segment, money in abundance mindset. Score yourself 1 to 10, 10 being I have a perfect, brilliant, abundant and money mindset. I am open and ready to receive all the money in the world, and I feel great about it, and there's no resistance or anything else. So 10 is I am fully aligned with massive abundance and receiving of money and making money and all those things. Number 1 is I have huge resistance and it's a real big thing and I know it needs work. So money and abundance mindset. Give yourself a number 1 to 10. You could pop it on there, so you could like do a little number in the circle like that, so you can see where you're at with it. Segment number 2 is your belief in the offer or the product and the delivery of it. What I mean by the delivery of it is, say, because when people are new to coaching or new to doing the thing that they do, sometimes fear can come up to actually delivering, right? It's like, oh my God, I've got this idea. I want to do this like 3-month coaching package and I want it to be this, but I'm just really scared. Like, what if it doesn't work? Or what if it's not very good? What if people don't like it? So when I say belief in the offer product and belief in your delivery of it, I mean, your like the belief you have in you delivering it and it being an amazing experience and everything that those clients really want. So it's amazing. So that's your second one. Again, give it a score 1 to 10. 10 is high, 1 is low. Are you with me? Can I carry on or am I going too fast? Number 3, we've got a few like I'm here. You like my cup? It's lovely, isn't it? I bought it for myself a few weeks ago. I've got so many of these like cups. I've got so many of these cups because I do like my takeaway coffee, but I try to save the planet as I do it. But it's beautiful. Okay, cool. I'm laughing at Faye's comment, still here just boobing. That's what she means, she's feeding her little boy, her baby. Right, number 1, 2, 3, belief in yourself to actually sell it. So this is belief in your sales ability. Belief in your sales ability, score 1 to 10. So that was number 4. Number 5 is your belief, the belief that you deserve to receive. So say, for example, you plan this launch, this offer, you want X number of people in it. It would mean that it was a 20k launch for you, or a 40k launch, or a 80k launch, right? When you think about receiving that 20k, 40k, 80k, 100k, like from this launch, from this selling, from this thing, does it feel aligned? Or is there a bit of you that's like, like I don't trust myself with that money, or what if I had to give it back, or what about the tax, or what about that, like, you know, like, is there any kind of misalignment in that, or belief that you're not ready to receive it, or blocks around receiving it? So your belief in your deservingness and your receivingness of the money from this offer. Again, score it 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5. Sorry, I'm losing my place in my little circle. Number 5 is how fully are you sharing the offer? And by that, I mean selling. How fully are you selling? Are you showing up? Are you being unapologetic about the sale? Are you going, hey, gorgeous tribe, I have got an amazing offer. You're gonna love it. Let me tell you all about it. If you've got an email list, are you emailing them? If you do Facebook Lives, are you Facebook Living? Are you posting? Are you shouting at it about it from the roofs? Because you truly believe in this thing and you know you need to get it out there, because social media is a busy place and we do need to put it out there. And I mean, I've got people that I follow who, when they're in sales mode, I might get like 4 emails a day from them, right? So why, as a heart-led entrepreneur who's not yet where you need to be, are you holding yourself back around the selling of it and actually not being as visible and not selling it as fully as you need to be, because you don't want to turn people off, you don't want to scare people away, you don't want to annoy people, anything else that's going on around that? You need to be so visible in the sales because people are really busy. And remember, like, even, and I don't think this is true now, but like 10 years ago, people need 8 touch points to buy. They need to be sold to 8 times to be ready to say yes. I think that's totally different now. I think that's way more, because we're bombarded by selling all the time. But here's the thing, people love to be sold to. People love to buy. People love to have new things in their lives. I love freaking going shopping. Can you imagine a shop like shutting at 1 o'clock because it's like, I'm sorry, we've done enough selling for now. We don't want to upset our customers. Like, no, of course the doors are open. Of course they're like putting the things up and going, hell, you know, come and see our awesome thing and our new line, or I knew this, or I knew whatever. They're unapologetic about it, and we should be too. So how fully are you sharing your offer? Next one, which is number 6, is how fully are you diving into that objection handling? Are you actually going through talking about the objections that come up for your soul clients to help them pass that block? Because it is just a block, it's never truth. Those objections that come up are never actual truth, they're just fears. And so are you helping your soul client pass that fear, allowing them to see it is just fear that's stopping them, and actually on the other side of fear is everything they desire, so that they can finally move past that hump and just say, yes, you know what, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to say yes to myself. I'm ready to trust that by doing this, by saying yes, I'm going to move forward leaps and bounds, and it's going to shift me, and it's going to be amazing. And just having that self-trust. So objection handling, how fully are you objection handling? Next point, 5, 6. So this is segment 7. Is how fully are you doing the follow-up? Do you follow up with people? If they message you, if they comment on stuff, are you actually following up or not? Because if you message someone and don't hear back, do you just assume the worst? Do you go, oh, they're not interested? Or do you think, well, actually, maybe I need to message them again because maybe they saw it on a busy day, or maybe they missed it, or whatever it might have been. And then finally, the last segment, are you still with me? I know we're going through these quickly, so I don't want to like literally take your full day up. And at 12 o'clock, we've got an interview happening in here, so I better rock and roll this. Number 4 was 1, 2, 3, 4. Belief that you deserve to receive like this income. Okay, I can see you helping each other, which is cool. Where have I got to? So the last segment is closing the sale. Actually being on the phone and saying, right then, or phone, or however you're doing it, but it's that kind of attitude of, right then, are you doing this? Let's dive in, let's get you signed up, let's get this show on the road. And just that final closing of it, rocking and rolling, it being a hell yes or a no, not now, and being okay with that, because you know that the world is working for you, that you have that dream for a reason. So you're not in scarcity, any scarcity as you're selling, you're in total abundance, and you know it's this or something better. So have a look at your little wheel and just tell me, what is the area? Number 8 was closing the sale. Closing the sale is number 8. What one area can you focus on to really shift your results? What one area can you focus on? So it might be the lowest area, it might not be the lowest, but it might be the area that you know it's that it will move the needle and really be the shift so that you get that next level results. So just ask yourself that. What's the area? Pop it in. Let me have a look. And then finally, and it's about looking at this, right, and actually choosing, okay, I'm going to do something about this. I'm actually going to shift it. So from that, last part, and I'm not going to take very long about this, I'm just going to put it out there because it is important and I do want you to start thinking about it. And this is something that we definitely do big time in the mastermind, and this is having actually aligned sales strategy. So point 3 is aligned sales strategy, and it's really about you having a clear path and a clear strategy so that it makes this selling process easy. Because here's what can happen. When you're doing a launch, when you're doing that sale, you get maybe halfway through and your ego starts kicking in. Hang on a minute, nobody's bought yet. Hang on a minute, nobody said yes. Hang on a minute, so many people have unsubscribed. Maybe I'm really annoying them. And if you haven't got a plan that you previously committed to, it's really easy to step back. And when you step back, it's gone. It's gone. You've lost your opportunity. You've basically let yourself off the hook. You've said, I'm not good enough and this isn't happening and I don't believe it enough. And whenever we do that to ourselves, we're like chipping a bit more off our confidence and off our self-belief. So one of the reasons why I believe very, very passionately in having a plan and having a sales strategy and committing to that before we even start the sales process is so that we don't talk ourselves out of it. We don't let our mind monkeys, we don't let our ego derail us halfway along the journey, because that's what it can do. And you've all seen that picture of those like digging for gold and walking away when they're like an inch from gold. Well, that's what people are doing in their sales process. That's what's happening. They're basically getting an inch away from gold, and their ego is telling them, I'm hungry, it's time to go home, I'm done. And you're missing all of the results. You're missing the receiving part of this when you've got so close. So this is one of the reasons why having that plan, having that strategy is key, and committing to it before and going, no matter what, I am seeing this plan through to the end. Even if I go into scarcity, even if I go into freak out, even if my ego kicks off big time, I am choosing to stay aligned, knowing that I created this plan from a place of alignment and abundance, from my higher self really guiding me, and therefore I am going to see it through to the end, because my soul clients deserve me to sell fully to them, because they need this thing, and I get to receive richly for doing my purpose work. It is why I'm here. So I am not living my fullest expression of me if I stop halfway through. It's important. So you create a plan, you create a strategy, and you make the decision to see it through to the end. Not only that, but if it doesn't work, if you get to the end of that plan and you don't get the results, it means you can look back and go, right, where are the parts that this didn't work? So next time I can change them and we can get the results that I desire, because that's how we grow. That's how we fill in our blanks, and that's how we make those leaps forward. Today has been a big day. This week has been a big week. We have shared so much, right? We have really dived into all of this. And it's not just about the knowledge. You know what? It's not about the knowledge. It's not about the knowing. It's about how we pull this together into a jigsaw that really tells a full story, and so has that impact it is supposed to have. If you're ready to really make your business the success that you deserve it to be, so that you can help the people and you can make the money, whether you're currently at a few £100s or maybe your business is struggling, but you have that knowing inside of you and you're like, I am committed to doing this, and I'm ready to do this because I have that dream and I know that it's real, then the mastermind is probably a perfectly aligned place for you. If you've been here with me all week and you've been enjoying this, this is just a tiny, tiny bit of the shifts that you will make and the depth that we will go to in the mastermind. It's in the mastermind that I get to know you individually, so I can really see what's not aligning, what's missing, where can I really support you, where can I pull out your magic in a whole new way that you didn't even realize it was there, where can I support you in parts of the strategy that you're just missing at the moment, or where maybe you're letting yourself down at the last minute because of fear, because of like mindset blocks, because of getting tired, or because it's out of alignment. And how can we make sure that we bring it into alignment for you, so that actually by the time you get 6 months into 2020, and certainly by the time we are hitting next year 2021, oh my god, you have this business that is successful, that you feel confident in, that you are incredibly proud of, because you're making the impact that you dream of, and you're receiving the money that you desire, so you can say yes to the things that you want in life, because there's nothing wrong with that. You get to be comfortable, you get to enjoy and have all the experiences by doing your soul work. So how about actually saying yes to yourself, yes to your dream, yes to your business, and coming on this journey with me, because I promise you it will be an incredible 6 months of transformation. And I really hugely believe in this process, in this mastermind. It's always an incredible group of women. We will get on a call, we'll have a chat, we'll see if it's aligned. I'm never going to pressure you, because I know that the right people will say yes. So it's more about us talking it through and seeing if it's really aligned for you. Think about, where would you love your business to be in 6 months' time? And it's really about getting you there. So thank you for coming this week and playing full out. As I said, there's a few things that are still going to be happening. So we still need to do the winners from this week. That's going to happen early next week. So you've got over the weekend to make sure that you've liked every video, commented on every video, and done your task for the day. Just to remind you, your task for today was, I shared it near the beginning, where is it? Your task for today was to identify one way that you can have a more abundant and loving relationship with money. Your task for today, identify one way you can have a more abundant and loving relationship with money. So you've got until the end of the weekend to like the video, comment on the video, do the task so that you're in to win one of the prizes. And it's my Money in Abundance program. It's an awesome program. You will love it. Early bird offers on my mastermind are available till next Friday. Go and check out that sales page. It talks through some of it, but you'll probably still have questions and we can answer any of those questions on that call. It is a call with me. I don't just put it off to a salesperson. If you're working with me, I have got you. I need to know that we're connected. I can support you to those results that you absolutely desire. And so it's really, that connection between us is really important, I believe. There's some interviews that are going to be happening so you can hear from some of my current soul freaking amazing clients. And if you've got any questions, please put them in. And if you've loved this challenge, because I really love this challenge process, and I really hope that wherever you're at in your business, you either take this and help yourself move forward, or you go, hell yes, I'm ready for that support, for that help to really move me forward. Either way, I am so grateful that you showed up, that you said yes to yourself and put this time aside this week, because it's just incredible. And I really hope you just feel really freaking proud of yourself for the time and the effort and the energy that you've put into being here. And now just take it that next step by living it, by implementing it, by breathing it, by allowing yourself to become all of this. Because the world needs you, your clients need you, you need you, right? You are here for a reason, and you have that dream and vision and that pull inside you for a reason. And you know what? You can do this. There were many times at the beginning of my business, many times when we were in that struggle, that I just kept thinking, oh my God, like this is not going to work. How is this ever going to turn around? When is this going to start happening for me? But I tell you what, I was there, you know what I mean? I was there looking at people who are here thinking, how do they do it? What is the secret? You can get here too, and far further. This is just the beginning, right? So choose to trust and believe in yourself. I will see you really soon. I need to get off because I'm about to do a training, I'm about to do an interview with, is it Claire or Joanna next? I can't remember off the top of my mind. Be amazing. Put any questions in the group. Mwah! Sending you lots of love, and just a huge, huge thank you for being here, and I will see you really soon. Bye.